Good evening, class. This is Amanda Faree from her kitchen, and I wanted to attempt to do the video interaction, so we'll give it a shot. This is my response to the two things in chapter 3 and 4 that I found most interesting. First of all, chapter 3 I didn't really find interesting, so both of my items came from chapter 4. I really like the concept of a value chain. Specifically, I like that it gave you a very quick picture of both, and sorry, I talk with my hands, a very quick picture of both the details and the big picture of everything going on. I know from the automotive industry, which I've talked about before, there's a huge schism between who works in service and who works in sales. So they don't really have a value chain to see that there's an overall concept of profitability that they need to focus on. So I think if they actually sat down and looked at who does what and how it affects the bottom line, and if they could educate all their employees on that same aspect, that they'd have a much better value added service. Whereas instead they just kind of bicker and infight because one side thinks they're better than the other. So the value chain was something that really struck with me, and I thought it was really cool. I also like how you could compare it to your competitors because that gives you a good idea of what's going on there as well. The other thing I liked is the very brief section at the end of chapter 4 that talks about your worry list. One, I like it because I'm a worrier. Two, I was going to say the list first, but I started with the worrier. Um, but it makes a lot of sense to go through and reevaluate how your strategy's going and see where everything's going. And they mentioned that if your list at the end is how to's and things like that, that you're on the right track. And that made a lot of sense too, because if you're looking at how to's, it's usually how to improve. So if you look over your worry list after you've implemented and started a strategy and it's stuff that's still focused on the future, you know you have a strong basis for your strategy because you don't want to be bogged down with the what to do with my current employees. It's more how to do things in the future. So those were the two items that I found interesting. Hopefully this will work and I didn't just waste my time. And thank you all for watching.